This is Tech Gears. My name is Levi, and today we're going to be comparing two of the, best EDC backpacks that you can get today that are made from waxed canvas. Let's jump right in. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, and if you like it, give it a thumbs up at the end. But today we're going to be comparing the classic tried and true GoRuck GR1 21-liter Heritage Edition, and this is something that is readily available. It retails for $415, and it's made of a duck canvas that's approximately 10 ounces in weight. Now it does have quite a bit of leather trim, and it does come in a variety of colors. We have black here today, but you can't get it in navy. I believe they've had it in like dark oak and clay and just some really nice finishes where you can get what is more personalized to you. The second one we're going to be comparing today is actually the ROV Baron, or what's otherwise a version of the GWA Crew. Now this one retailed for $420. There is a new version coming out. I believe that's going to be made of tweed, and that will be released hopefully coming up. Difference is this one is less readily available because they are a little bit more limited. They're only available on the secondary market, and they can get a little bit more expensive. The GoRuck you can more readily availably buy new, as well as buy them on the secondary market a little bit cheaper, but retail wise they are about the same. Now this is made from a 15-ounce wax canvas. It's quite a bit heavier. I believe it notes that the finished weight of the canvas with the waxing is 24 ounce, as well as it does have a 10-ounce cotton liner. So it is way heavier duty and feels a lot, more rugged in hand. Now, one of the details you're going to notice, and I'll grab them right here, the Heritage does have leather accents that are resourced from Red Wing. So you have the leather handle, which is really nice, as well as a full thick leather bottom. And this just feels very premium. It does feel quite a bit thinner, quite a bit lighter, and this is a traditional GoRuck. So if you have not had a GoRuck, they are all fairly similar. Sizing wise, this one is noted as 21 liters. That is noted as a 20.5 liter. It's funny how precise they give. Now that extra liter actually comes, this has what they call a bomb-proof laptop compartment that is completely separate from the rest of the bag. This also has what GoRuck does not put on all their bags, and I really feel they should, a quick access pocket, something that you have readily available right to use. Great for your keys, AirPods, whatever you have, sunglasses. You can put that right there. Other than that, there's not much to it. You do have a quick standard patch panel here with loop for any of your patches you'd like to give, and it does come with a leather GoRuck patch that is really nicely done. Other than that, these both being waxed canvas do collect quite a bit of hair, so you do want to have like a lint roller you can bring with you, or have one at home where you can kind of finish that off. As well as over time, both of these are going to kind of patina, and you can re-wax these to give them quite a bit more life. So these are both meant to last a long time. So we already have the GoRuck in hand, so I'm going to go over some of the smaller details with this. As far as front access, you do have your front zip pocket. It is generally pretty narrow. There's not much dimension to this, and depending how you pack it out, this is something that most users don't use very much. I can say I don't that often, especially as you pack it out. Size-wise, this is technically half an inch wider at 11.5 inches, but it is an inch shorter at 18 inches versus 19 inches from the Baron. This also is technically a 1/4 of an inch less thick, so the width at 5.5 versus 5.25. But I think the big difference is part of that dimension is saved just for the laptop. So what happens is you do have an open bucket kind of pull-through design that really is not nearly as deep as what you're getting from the Baron. Now, this does have your traditional GoRuck MOLLE on the top, which is kind of nice. You can be creative with how you want to connect that, as well as it does have kind of a sleeve right here that you can use for an iPad, for, business papers. And then the other side, I think, is very similar to most backpacks. You do have a top that I consider a quick access. I usually keep this open, and that way I only have to open one zipper on the top of the bag and I can get to it. So for me, it's almost like having two quick access pockets. And then you have a netted pocket on the bottom here that I think is just super clean. This is definitely one where you're not getting all the add-ons you would from other GoRucks. There's no MOLLE. This is considered what they call a slick on the sides, on the front, or on the back on the shoulder strap. So you would have to send this into GoRuck to add any MOLLE or any attachments to it. So you really can't put a sternum strap on here. So for someone like myself with a little bit more broad shoulders, not having the sternum strap made this just a little bit less comfortable than what it would be. As well as, if you notice, this is just using your regular wax canvas back panel. So it's not that breathable. It does have some creases on dimension, so it does move with your body. It doesn't have the stiffest frame sheet. So this does ride high and tight, as it were, as your traditional GoRuck, so the weight is more on top of your shoulders, which I find incredibly comfortable. I do love GoRuck for that. But you notice there's no water bottle pockets. There's nowhere to add anything additional. This kind of is what it is, if that makes sense. So you have 21 liters, but it definitely does feel a bit smaller than what that measurement than 21 liter would indicate. With that said, let's jump into the Baron. Right off the bat, the Baron is quite a bit heavier. Starting with the bottom is there. This actually does have, I believe, 1000D denier on the bottom that is just super rugged. You don't mind putting this down, throwing it around. This feels more like your regular GoRuck with 1000D or 500D on some of them now versus the Heritage, even though this is a wax canvas. So this is something that kind of blends the line of having a little bit more luxurious feel, but also is really rugged. And it starts with just that bottom. Now the top, this actually has a leather hilt on it. That makes a huge difference. This leather handle, this is what you're grabbing. The handle, this normally is well padded and still feels pretty good, but it's your traditional wax canvas. I love having leather on the handle, just like the Heritage. So adding this hilt to it, now this is one by ROV. You guys can take a look there. But you can also get one from a Chicago company called Defy, D-E-F-Y. They do sell a leather hilt that you can add the gripper, I believe it is, and you can add that to any bag. If your bag doesn't have a leather handle and you appreciate that, it's a very simple upgrade you can do that I think makes a huge difference. Now, some of the first things you're going to notice is this does have a wide patch panel, not just a single one in the middle. So I actually do have 3 patches on here, but it does come with a silencer if you did want to put that on and just keep it looking very slick, kind of like the GoRuck. You can do that as well. One big difference you're going to notice right away that makes this look, I don't want to say more tactical, because that definitely does have the Heritage, a little more elegance to it, but this does have clips on the side that allow you to kind of compress it, the compression straps there. These have been upgraded to have a fidlock connection, which I really enjoy. And if you notice how wide this is noted as being just a 1/4 inch deeper, but the laptop compartment is actually inside the bag. That could be a pro or con. If you're not taking a laptop with you every day, that's additional space you have. And if you do take a laptop, and we'll jump in here, you'll notice it just slots right in here really easily. I think the depth of this really does get out of the way, so it's not that big of an issue. And we'll jump back out here. The other thing you'll notice, this doesn't have your quick access pocket in the back like the GoRuck. It actually kind of has it in the front. So I think Either way, it really makes a difference. It doesn't make a difference. This also has kind of a front slant pocket that also doesn't have much dimension. I think if you want to use this, you can. There is some organization in here, which is really nice. But one thing to note, especially on those GWA bags, this also has your traditional bottom and top zipper pocket. Those pockets on the outside are pretty much mirrored on the inside, these two zippers here, and they compete for space. So if you're going to be putting a lot of stuff on the outside here, you're not going to be able to put anything on the inside zipper. And if you're putting anything on the inside zipper in here, you're not going to be able to put too much on the outside. So you do have to take that into account. One thing I do really like is that orange liner. That is a 10-ounce cotton. It feels really durable. So this having just all these heavy duty materials just feels fantastic. But we'll jump back out here. So I did want to talk about the back panel and some of the expandability you have here. It does have two kind of grab handles on either side. I actually do want to wrap these in a Cobra wrap. I'm not sure if I should accent the coyote or just keep it black. We'll see. Let me know what you guys think. But if you notice the back panel, it does have plenty of padding and airflow. For me, I find this quite a bit more comfortable. The straps, I don't think are as padded as the GoRuck. They don't sit kind of as high and tight. It does fit more like a traditional backpack, as it were. They both are comfortable in their own ways, but in warmer weather, this I think goes a long way of that back panel comfort where I really enjoy it. Depending on which model you've gotten from GWA, different crews, I've had this bottom pad stick out quite a bit. This one, super comfortable, don't have an issue. This also has Molly already on the strap, so I do have a sternum strap, which makes me really happy. I can wear this a little easier. And then finally, you are able to add whatever you want with just little D hooks and additional accents you can put on this. Finally, as opposed to Molly, which you have on the top here, you do have two long strips of loop panel that you're able to add pretty much whatever you want. Different pouches, different levels of organization. I haven't used it that much here. You can be really creative with what you want to do, but I think they both have their certain pros and cons, and it's more personal and creativity and how you want to utilize that, whether you're using the Molly on the GoRuck or the loop panel here. But the last bit, and I think that really sets apart the crew over the GoRuck, especially the Heritage when you're looking at this specific model, is this does have an outside water bottle pocket. Now, this is using a really nice stretch fabric. This can fit, a 26-ounce Yeti, and it's kind of stretched out, but it does fit in there. Let's put it in. It's a little harder with nothing in the pack. There you go. And you can see it swallows it up right there. Now, what's cool about this is its own, liter of storage. So even though that's a 21 liter, because you have some of that space taken by the laptop, because you may be putting your coffee or water in the bag, all of a sudden, you just inherently have less space in the Heritage than you do on the Crew or the Barrett. Now, on the other side, if you got the full Citadel from GWA, it does have two water bottle pockets. This has actually a roll of Molly. I really like that because you can be creative with it. You can put an additional side pocket on here. You can put another bottle pocket. Actually, there's various makes you can put on there. What I've actually used it for, I'm using right now, I have a mini tripod that slots in here perfectly. I can keep that tripod, lock it in right here, and I'm not using both water bottle pockets for a water bottle and tripod. It's a little bit more purpose-built. So at least for me, I ended up really enjoying that. And finally, because you have these side compression straps, something that's really popular, I'm hoping to add to mine, is you are able to really easily attach a pouch to the outside of this, again, to add an additional 2, 3, 4 liters of storage, and something you can just grab and take with you if you are using this more for travel, or if you get to your destination, take that with you, and that becomes your on-the-go bag. If you want to stay to the end, I am going to load both of these out so you can kind of see how things fit and what the feel of it is. Both of these are fantastic. If you haven't tried a GWA, Crew, or Citadel, it is something that they feel almost like they have a handmade JanSport vibe. Obviously, they're not, but they have the kind of feel where a little bit better quality than what you're getting from your everyday school bag, and something that's going to last you a long time with really nice materials. The GoRuck is, well, very traditional GoRuck, except elevated for like an office or workspace environment. If you take this to the office, it's just a black, clean silhouette bag with nice leather accents. No one's looking at you twice because it has Molly on it, and they both work really well. Now, the additional 19 or 1 inch height, this is 19 inches tall on the GWA, does fit me a little bit better at my height of around 5'11", as well as, even though technically it shows that it's a ½ inch more narrow on the Baron, because it has that water bottle pocket, because I'm able to put my tripod outside of the bag, I think it's negligible. It almost becomes a larger bag. And the same thing with the laptop going inside the bag. It just opens that space. Technically, it's only a ½ inch deeper, but it definitely feels like way more than that. And you'll see when I load it out here. But both of these are absolutely excellent. If you haven't tried one, I would say it's easier to try the GoRuck. They have a really fantastic return policy, as well as a lifetime warranty policy that follows the bag, not the owner. So it's very easy for you to try the GoRuck, see if it's something that is just comfortable for you, if you like the style, if you like the colors more, and just having that open access, of having that bucket style that just rips open. The GWA, the Baron specifically, and or if you're looking at any of the crews, do have more of a traditional backpack vibe with a little bit more pockets, a little bit more storage, and then having that big loop panels in the back of the interior does give you opportunity to put different pouches and organization structures. So they both have pros and cons. For me personally, I just feel like the Baron fits me a little bit better and fits my loadout a little bit better. So I'm actually going to be staying with the wax canvas on the Baron, and I have released my 21 liter into the wild. If you guys are ever looking at GoRuck, don't be afraid to buy them secondhand, because the Scars warranty that follows them is fantastic. So whether you get them in great condition or poor condition, it's something you can work with Scars or your own to make it even better. And especially with these two bags, as they get older and they get more use, you can always re-wax them, which gives it a nice finish. What I've done with both of these bags is if you put it out in the sun, it melts the wax a little bit. You can use a brush and actually clean that look and get rid of any hard additional creases or maybe over waxing you may have done, and they both look phenomenal. If you have a pet, they both pick up hair quite a bit. Fortunately, I don't actually have any pets, so for me that's not an issue, but something you do want to keep in mind. Guys, hopefully, and girls, this helped you out. If you did have any questions, let me know. I'll be happy to compare to any other bag or kind of show the benefits or cons of either one. For myself, again, like I said, I'm keeping the Baron, and hopefully the loadout gives you an idea of how it looks. But this is Levi with Tech Gears. Appreciate you guys, and I'll come at you later. So here I'm just unloading my everyday carry, one of my favorites, the CTB-26, along with the notorious AGP pouch that I just keep with me. It has a bunch of little odds and ends, and that comes with me in pretty much every bag. Just opening the front zip. Oh, have my water bottle here. That's a 26-ounce Yeti, a little bit on the larger side, but I love that thing. I have my small camera cube that I do try to keep with me. And I do have a small packing cube with just some emergency stuff, and definitely when I go to the gym, so I don't take that every day. And then my office kit. This is the Track Largo Large. The track along with my laptop, I can pretty much go to any bag and I'm ready to work. Top quick access pocket from Evergoods, one of the best. I do have just a portable hard drive along with my AirPods, and generally I do keep my keys in there, but love the location of that pocket. We'll spin things around over here. And the laptop pocket, I can actually carry 2 laptops in here pretty easily. So even for everyday carry, I love the size of the CTB-26, but it's just plenty of room. I can definitely fit a lot more, but it keeps it at a really nice size. Lastly, I do have my small tripod. I keep that generally in the second water bottle pocket, but it is pretty small and it fits in the front zip. Might as well use it. So that's kind of my daily loadout. Here we're going to be looking at the GoRuck 21 liter Heritage GR1. So we're going to put that kind of horizontally there so it takes up more of the width of the bag. And I'll be careful there with my laptop. Have my camera cube, laptop I'll put in the back when I'm able, and then I have my office kit. And if you notice, everything fits pretty much perfect. There's not much room for much else. Let's zip this up here. Now, I use the inside pocket there as another quick access, and that's kind of the perfect spot for my little EDC carry that I put in most of my GoRuck bags. So that works out really nicely. And then the quick access pocket in the GR1s, I feel like I have to have that in any GoRuck bag I get now. Again, perfect spot, keys, AirPods, for me a hard drive, you have chapstick, whatever you want to put in there. Awesome location. Fold it over, let me put my laptop in here. And this is a 14-inch MacBook Pro, fits without a problem. I'm not sure if the 16 would fit, but if you look here, it's pretty well packed out. Can't really use the front zip. There's not too much extra room or slack. It is, I don't want to say tight, but close to it. So this does fit my everyday carry. If I'm going to bring anything extra, a small DAP kit from late to work, need to brush my teeth, I'm not bringing it in this bag. If I do want to throw anything extra in it, and you can see I can quickly access my water bottle. So folks asking, how do you get a GoRuck without a water bottle? Well, just put it on the side there. It works. Nice bag, love it. And now we're going to compare it to the 20 liter, technically smaller Baron. So let's empty it out here. Now, one key difference is the laptop goes inside of the Baron or the GWA Crew, so it does take up a little bit more width. We're going to take our same everyday carry pouch and pretty much put it in the same pocket right on top, so pretty even going here. We'll take the tripod and I'll show you guys where I put that later. Same thing, the water bottle actually has its own water bottle pocket, so that's a nice touch on the crew bag. I think adds quite a bit more space to what is otherwise a very similar bag. So same thing, let's put the packing cube on the bottom. We're going to put it kind of facing kind of thinner side down. Same thing with the camera cube. So you do have that width, so it does fit, but if you notice, that front outside zipper compartment is going to be a little tight where you can't really use it. The big difference here is I actually have a lot of space on top, around, on the side, in addition to having all my stuff in there. I can still put a DOP kit in there, I can still throw a jacket bound up, and even though this is also a 20 liter, it's good space. Quick access pocket goes in front here and it does the job. I can access my things really quick right on the outside. I think putting the water bottle pocket on the side makes a huge difference in that space, where in this bag I can bring a DOP kit. And same thing, this does have a side molly, and you can add a different kit to the side molly, another water bottle pocket, another pouch. But I find I love putting my tripod here. Works perfect. It's secure. It's out of the way. And now we have our compression straps. I can kind of tighten things down. And you'll notice there's plenty of room inside the bag. It's not too tight. It just becomes this small bag that fits everything I need. And I love it. Well, I think that's going to be the last of the Heritage. That one is getting sold to another buyer. I hope they enjoy it. Both awesome bags, but my vote goes for the Baron.